Good morning, Raymond. What's up? Nats Vlogs 21. Robert. Cool. Nightbot is working. So if anybody would like to drop their link, all they have to do is type the word drop and Nightbot will drop it. Mike's Fishing Home. Matthew Jess. What's up? That's cool, Mike. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Dutch Black Feather. Anybody is more than welcome to type the word drop and Nightbot will drop your link. So, hey, 2 month member. So, Matthew, you been fishing lately? Cuppy Crochet. Hi, sis. How are you? Lifetime member. Well, that's cool. That's the whole reason why I'm up here. Tom, the keto cook. How are you? Road dog. I'm good, Tom. How are you? Yep, I just figured well, that's cool. Little Ridge Farm. Robert, that's cool. He went striper fishing today. Did you catch anything? I got two. Cool. Thank you, Little Ridge. Well, it happens. So, no, I just figured I'd pop up here and go live. Matthew Jess caught a smallmouth. Woohoo! So, I just figured I'd jump up here and go live. I can't go to sleep. I'm not tired, and kind of a little bit antsy about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm having this spot right here on my nose removed, and another one they want to check and see if it's cancerous. So, and then there's one on the back of my neck. So they're worried about sun cancer or skin cancer. I caught a few bug bites. So everybody can hear me okay, right? Yeah. Big C's Catfish Adventure Catfish Tracker. Well, praying for her. Raymond's going back to sleep. It's all good, man. It happens. Uh, and Big C, if you don't have everybody in here, grab them up. Everybody that's in here is awesome people. Uh, AZ Highlands Homestead. And in case y'all were wondering, the other day I dumped all of my mods. So, and whoever's here tonight gets a wrench, and everybody else can just wait. Well, sorry to hear that, Matthew Jess. Maybe they'll give you a day off tomorrow. And I did give you a wrench back. RCATB. David Smith. Hey. How are you? Oops, too late. Gray Wolf. In case you didn't know this, I gotta tell you, okay, Gray Wolf, it's all good. You got your wrench back. I dumped all of my wrenches because there's a few things that have gone on that I'm just, it is what it is. And instead of going through each one and trying to figure it out, I just dumped them all. So it's easier to give them back to the ones you trust. Yeah. TNSC Fish Keeper. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good night. And Squirrel, congratulations again on the 500. That's cool. That's just the way I feel. Good night, really. So, all right, Gray Wolf, Squirrel, Mike, Matthew Jess, if you're still in here, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. If one of my lovely moderators could grab Nat Vlogs 21's link and drop it, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I'm sure she won't type the word drop. She did. And the link is at the top of the chat if you'd like to come up as well. Crazy Hillbilly. And I do have Nightbot. If you'd like to type the word drop, Nightbot will drop your link. Squirrel says, Mike's Fishing Home, my stickers will be going out to you in the mail. Awesome. Hey, who thinks we can get Squirrel's magnet fishing and outdoors to 600 tonight? Who knows? And maybe we can even get Gray Wolf Outdoors Homesteads to 400 tonight. And Mike, in case you haven't been told enough this week, I think you need to get a bigger sticker board. Just saying. Hey, and you never know, we might even be able to get Mike's Fishing Home over 2K. So. Big CS, are you still in the house? Because if you are, the link is at the top of the chat if you'd like to come up, sir, and talk about your channel. Click on the link. The only thing I ask is you got to keep it family friendly. But the link is there if you want to click on it and come on up. And guys, Big CS Catfish Tracker is at 41 subscribers. All he wants is 50 so he can go live on YouTube. So if y'all don't have Big CS Catfish Tracker, I'm going to drop his link. Y'all go check him out. Thanks, Mike. So, Little Ridge said connected. David Smith, I did give you your wrench back, sir. Sometimes you got to say something because I forget. Yes, he's supposed to be going live this week. Warriors! That's cool. If you feel like coming up, the link is at the top of the chat, but I understand you're watching movies with your wife. Family is more important. So, yes, thank you, Mike. Awesome. Big C, make sure you're connecting back with people. Everybody that's in here is wonderful support and down home good people. You are, Gray Wolf. At least that's what you told me. I think you should. If you used to say you'd go live right now, I'd say, all right, I'm ending mine. Everybody, let's go raid Gray Wolf. Helping get some content. I tell you though, he's been cranking out them little shorts, and he's getting really good at them. Thank you, David. Brutal Bob. Okay. Okay, back. Hey, Mike. Mike, you want to do a reenactment of the first time you popped up on my live on my first live? The link's up there. I mean, if you got clothes on. Uh oh, wait. I like doing that sometimes. Yes, Brutal Bob, how are you? Are you're still getting better, right? Well, I mean, if you're gonna hit Road Dog, I gotta tell you, I don't think that wrench is quite big enough. Just saying. So hit at your own risk. That's cool, Mike, if you want to. Big C, have you figured out how to come up yet? I'm not scared. Okay. Road Dog, would you like me to take it away from you? Wendy. Sis. Yes, definitely. We'll be praying for that. Tasha. Yeah, I couldn't. Wave or something. I can't see you. Hiding in the dark.
Hiding in the dark. The old lady's over here
Yep.
asleep.
Oh, but you recovered. Everything's okay. You're still getting better.
As of right now, yes. I had a fever this morning, but it broke and I ain't had a fever since, so I'm hoping everything's good now. But my old lady, she looked at it earlier and she said it looks like it's starting to heal.
Yes, I have a doctor's appointment at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, where they're going to be removing some of the spots because they think it might be cancer, like skin cancer. So they're going to test it. So, yeah, I can't sleep. I'm a little edged.
Well, I'm praying for you, bud.
Yeah, ain't nothing but a thing.
Yeah, but you don't need no cancer.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, it is what it is. So, yes, Tasha. Prayers for
hopefully,
everyone.
hopefully it'll all be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just little spots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got you got to stay out of the sun.
Uh, if Grey Wolf, can you drop Big C's link? Polar bear.
I subscribed to everybody that was on the site there.
Yeah, definitely praying for you, Tasha. I'm afraid they're going to say that about my left knee, and I really don't want to have surgery.
Yeah, that's bad news. Surgery.
Yep. Polar bear. By chance, do you have Big C's catfish tracker? If not, could you please go connect with him? He's trying to get to 50 just so he can go live on YouTube.
And once I get better, I can start going live fishing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tennessee Fish Keeper. Thank you, Polar Bear. I hate my fat fingers. Sir, you are sitting at 48 right now. We could probably have you over 50 by the end of the show tonight.
Right?
Hopefully. See, there's Belt Loop. And knowing Nat's over there, Nat's Vlogs 21, she's probably already going through all of her stuff. There you go.
Well, thank you.
Belt Loop, I just dropped Big C's link. Please connect with him. Miss Canadian, how are you doing? So, yep. And anybody can type the word drop, and Nightbot will drop your link, which is something I wish the other place had. Please. So. Wendy, he will. He's now at 51. Give Road Dog 3. Okay. I do appreciate everybody who popped in here tonight. Sweet. So now you can officially go live on YouTube.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. So, but you know, the sky's the limit, you guys. You can give him as many as you want. Now let's get him way over 50 so they stick. So. Pedro! So, and Belt Loop, the link is at the top of the chat if you'd like to come up, sir. I know you're probably still at work, but we won't tell nobody what you do. And yes, Touch Arts and Adventures with Tasha needs 232 to hit 500. So if y'all don't have Arts and Adventures with Tasha, hook her up. So. Hook her up. You got to mute YouTube.
I did. Just did it. I think I'm already connected to Tasha on all mine, but I will look.
Yep. Yeah, I want to get Tasha to 500 so bad. She does a lot to help a lot of people. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of Tasha's. I like her. Although, don't ask me how. Okay, I went to my second thing and it wasn't on there, so I'm getting her a couple right now. Or that'll be 3. I'm surprised I didn't. I hadn't got her on my other 3. already.
Coyote, this live is not just because of me. You know, yeah, I can't sleep. I'm a little bit nervous and antsy, but you know, I know you're flipping out right now. So if you want to come up and talk about it, by all means, brother, come on.
What are you nervous about, Matt?
I have a doctor's appointment in the morning
Oh,
where they're
okay.
removing some skin tags off of my face, in my head, and the back of my neck that may or may not be cancerous.
Oh, okay. I can see where that would make you nervous.
274, going in the right direction, yo. So, and after tonight's live, whenever I end it, the people that have wrenches in this one are the only ones that are going to have wrenches, with the exception of Zombie. And if y'all don't have Pedro, y'all go check out Pedro. He's got some pretty interesting stuff over there on his channel. Tennessee, thank you. And while you're at it, Tennessee, can you pray for Tasha too? That they figure out what's going on with her knee and get it fixed. Hooga Homestead. Robo. What's up, RoboCop? Big C, you ain't fell asleep over there, did you?
No, I ain't sleep.
Thank you, RoboCop.
I slept all day.
Yeah, Mike, that was a pretty good live last night. All right, David, you have a good one. All right, Wendy. Hey, and if y'all could, at any point, put Lexus RoboCop dude on your playlist. He needs some watch outs. How's the Miss Canadian Scrapper doing tonight? All right, Road Dog. Is that your dog making them noises, Gary?
Yes, it is. I just watched the. I saw the pictures for that chef. Oh, I don't know. I just watched the. I don't. Oh, wait. I saw the pictures for that. No wonder I was on the wrong damn thing. I saw the picture for that devil dog and the chef. Where he said, "Let's go and burn some calories. Let's burn some calories, and no more fast food or sugar. I'm ready to burn some calories," or whatever it was. That was funny. That was hilarious. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. I hadn't even been on this thing, yet, really. Grey Wolf, good to see you. Mike's fishing home. Lexus, good to see you. RoboCop dude.
Uh-oh, Devil Dog's keeper.
How you
He's
doing,
not here. He's hiding.
Devil Dog? I thought he was asleep.
He probably is.
He needs to be. I mean, he did 2 24-hour things in 3 days.
Wait till he comes back. When he comes back in here and he sees that his lovely wife, his keeper, has a wrench and he don't. I dumped all my wrenches the other day. I was like,
I didn't know there was a limit to how many wrenches you could dump.
yeah, no, I just clicked them all. I just said,
Oh.
dump all of them, delete all of them. I'll start over.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there was things going on and it's been dealt with.
That was hilarious, Road Dogs. I mean, that was truly a thing that was hilarious. Between Chef and Devil Dog, that was just funny. What's up, Coyote?
They're shooting off too many freaking fireworks tonight. Last night and the night before, and
yeah, I watched your video.
I don't do good with fireworks.
Yep. And Arts and Adventures with Tasha said if she gets back early enough, she's gonna do Shane's coffee chat on her channel in the truck stop.
Is Shane gonna be there? Okay. Didn't know.
Hey, Devil Dog's keeper. When he comes in here, put him in timeout. But only once.
That's funny. That is funny. You gotta admit.
One of the people that came and visited the neighbors next door late last night.
MLW Fishing Man.
Didn't realize that Dingo and I were sitting outside beside the camper, and I was just kind of, the fireworks had stopped for the night, and I was just trying to calm down and meditate a little bit.
Yeah.
And watching, you're doing good. He's growling at something over here. But last night he started growling, and I opened up my eyes and looked, and there's a guy just meandering down the sidewalk with no purpose of going anywhere. He was visiting the house next door, but he was kind of looking toward my camper and stuff, and he got pretty close, and I said, "Evening." It's like, oh shit, I didn't even see you sitting there.
My Devil's Dog Keeper says, "Hello, everyone. Sorry." Oh, can't keep him off YouTube. It will be here soon.
I got somebody being in my truck last night.
And live
Old lady went out to get in the truck,
I'll be right
and
back.
my driver's side door was standing wide open.
Yep.
Hopefully he comes back tonight.
Well, I think I'd be sitting there waiting with him, waiting for him with a gun.
Oh, I got my pistol right in there.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that too much because, if somebody did try to open the door of my truck, they'd probably be inside my truck trying to figure out how to get out because the dogs would have him locked in there.
Mm-hmm. I think they got scared away last night because of my dogs.
Yep, Wendy. We understand, Wendy.
I have no worries here. I have the Dinger dogs. I have Mr. Glock, and I got the AR pistol.
Uh-oh, here comes the junk food.
Of course.
He's trying to turn this into a mukbang.
Oh, we already pulling out the junk food?
What, Coyote? You couldn't find any moon pies?
I know.
No,
Cody.
they were out. I went and I said, "Where's your manager?" And he comes over and he's like, "Where's your moon pies?" Well, all we got left are the vanilla ones. I don't want the vanilla or the banana one. I want the chocolate one. Well, we sold out of those.
I like the banana ones personally.
When you get more. But I had to buy
The economy size?
well, of course. No, it's the family pack.
Yeah, the economy size.
Or actually, they call it the big pack.
Hey, Popo.
I need to get my truck and I need to get out of here. There are noises here and people here that I just need to go. I wasn't supposed to be here this long.
Yeah, you were only supposed to be in Texas over a week ago.
Well, I figured today that the wife and I left
23 days ago.
no, 24 days ago. Because we left on the Saturday, then, or no, it was 23 days. Because Saturday we drove all night, and then Sunday morning we slept right before the sun came up until it got hot, and then we got going. And made it to Utah about then. And that's when the truck started messing up, was Sunday morning. And they were closed Monday because it was the 4th. And then Tuesday was our anniversary. But I've been here for 16 days.
Well, happy belated anniversary.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was our second 30-year anniversary.
Very cool. Yeah. Because you got married one time overseas and then one's over here.
More or less.
Yeah. At least that's the best I recollect from you telling me.
I just pulled those out of the freezer, and it's still frozen.
People don't realize it, but I actually listen. Sometimes I remember.
Sometimes.
We had a $15,000 wedding, and it was the Japanese wedding.
Yep.
And I had to wear a kimono, had to wear a tux, and
Well,
had to wear something else.
Do you
at
have
one
pictures of that?
Hmm?
Did you bring them with you?
point.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with your wife and be like, "Hey, can you send
You
those
think I was
pictures
going to show them to you?
No, I'm gonna talk. You forget, my wife and your wife are really good friends and talk quite regularly on Facebook.
I noticed that.
Your wife
She-
may already have the picture.
All right, people, it's after 12 o'clock. Stop with the fucking fireworks. Sorry.
That's okay. Well,
I don't like fireworks. If I know they're going off, it's one thing. But when they just go off and I'm not ready for it, it just. Well, you know, there was a girl over at the store the other day. She asked if she could go for a ride in my side by side.
you know, I'm not sure if having more than one wife would be a good thing or a bad thing.
Well,
I suspect there'd be a lot of drama.
that's very true. But after
So,
30 years, I still haven't gotten my wife to drive me down a dirt road while I hunt. And I out there hunting all by myself, which I know I shouldn't be doing. I should have somebody out there with me,
Yeah.
but nobody can handle me.
This upcoming hunting season, I'm gonna try to get out there.
That would be cool.
Hey, Matt, I jumped a lot in my hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now at 2,647. I jumped about 600 hours.
I'm still under 1,000 watch hours. I need to start doing more videos and more lives, but
Well, the entire time you're here, once you get here, if I have to log into all of your stuff and go live under your name, that's what we're gonna do.
Is that Doug Close?
well, I
Hello?
had planned on doing the live stream most of the drive, but the wife kept stopping me, and then the truck stopped.
You know, Tammy tried to stop mine. I just cranked up another thing. Well, I let her get on my phone so she could, well, I'm not sure why I did it other than Devil Dog was saying, hey, put Tammy on. Put Tammy on.
Well,
in here. Hoorah.
speaking
Of course.
there
Well, I
he
knew
is.
as soon as I mentioned his name, you know, he'd be here. What's up, Devil Dog? Good to see you, brother.
I'm just waiting to see if his wife.
We got to see your wife instead of you for a little while there, Devil Dog.
I know, right?
That was nice. That reminds me, how long were you in Willow Way today, Matt?
I can't see the chat at
It
all.
was
Did
worth
she,
it. Devil
keep
Dog
coming in and out?
Sleeper just timed him out.
That's funny.
Get that jar in it.
That's hilarious.
My new best friend.
And she said, "Oh,
Thank you, sis. It was worth it.
did I do that?"
I was just about to say that.
That's funny.
I told him YouTube was closed.
That's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing so hard, but it's funny. YouTube is clever.
What's gonna be real funny is in a couple of hours you hear, Matt.
What's gonna be real funny is who's gonna clean up the poop?
Oh,
What
that
are you
was
talking about?
well. I was thinking about going on, but then I said, well, I probably ought to look to see who all's on. And
Well, and that's what I sent out text messages, and I asked a few people, "Is anybody going live?" And nobody responded. So I was like,
I didn't get a
because I
text.
was perfectly
that I know of.
content on just keeping my mind occupied on somebody else's and just not worried about it.
I understand. Hey, I ain't worried about it either. The fact is, I will be. I usually go on around midnight, but I'm thinking that, at some point, Devil Dog's gonna need to go on. Hey, Nets, how's it going? Good to see you. I see that Nets is here.
I can't see the chat at all.
Well, I can see it.
I'm on a tablet.
Tablet doesn't show the text or
If I
the.
push the button to see the chat, then I don't get to see your ugly mug.
Well, I don't know why you'd want to see my mug anyhow. I mean, let's be realistic here.
And if y'all could, please
I don't
connect with
read
the
very
link
well.
that I have pinned at the top of the chat. Big C's Catfish Tracker.
Big C's. I went over there already.
I know you did. I'm just because there's new people in here.
Oh, okay. I signed
Got
up
a
on
bunch of catfish videos on there.
I was already signed up to him on my main account. So I couldn't.
Yeah, because I was in your live the other night dropping his link.
I'm getting good at making slushies out of these Cokes.
Very cool.
You put them in there for a day and a half. Put it in that freezer for about a day and a half, and the door side. When you pull it out, you got to open it slow at first because sometimes they explode and sometimes they don't.
Well, you can take water and a super cool point and pop it on the counter, and it'll freeze from the bottom up. I expect you could do the same thing with a Coke.
That's what you do. Is when you pull it out, you just crack it open just a little bit so it has that air exchange.
Yeah.
And when it does that, if you've got it at that right temperature, you can watch it from the top of the Coke just slowly go down and turn into like a slushy mix.
Oh yeah, I've seen it happen with water. I don't know, and it seems like I saw a video of it happen on Coke one time. But tell you what else is kind of cool is watching somebody pick up a ice cube with the string. Just throw a little salt on there while you got that. That's the quickest way to cool down hot Cokes. Throw them in the cooler. Throw some ice over the top of it, throw a little salt on top of it. Of course, you got to be careful doing that because if you don't get them out pretty quick after they cool down, just quit. Then it'll freeze them Cokes quick. Freeze them in there and you can't get them out. Not till everything thaws out, and that takes a while. Mom.
Back in the days, my mom and dad and grandparents, we
Okay, Wendy.
take this thing and fill it up with milk and sugar and all, stick it down in this thing and put ice and salt, rock salt on it. Put this little motor thing on the top and it would spin.
You're talking about homemade ice cream.
Make homemade ice cream. Yeah, that was always good. And then one day me and my sister got to thinking about it. We were like, if you put a Coke in the freezer just long enough to get it cold to that freeze point, but it wouldn't explode, it would be like a slush. And we worked on it, and
It should
several
be.
times we've had to clean the freezer out because the Coke explode or something.
How long does that take? About 2.5 hours, I would guess.
Well, in this camper, the freezer doesn't get. I mean, it freezes, but it takes a little bit longer to freeze.
Okay.
So I'll put in some Cokes at night, like right between now and by the time I go to sleep. And by the time I get up in the morning, the ones that I put in about this time will be just about at the freeze point.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes. This morning I woke up and I had one so solidly frozen, and I tried to open it up, and I went through a roll of paper towels.
You know, I showed my two nephews how to do that with water, and that same night I showed them how to put Doritos on a sandwich. They had never done that before, which I struck me as being they've been deprived.
You know, you can use Doritos or chips like that to start a fire.
Oh yeah, I hear that they're very high in fats, and it's my understanding they will do. You know, they're. Tell you what's even better though: get you some cotton balls and mix it up with a little bit of Vaseline oil on it. That'll float on the water and burn.
Yep.
I think that was pretty cool. Yeah, now, as far as practical experience, I know it will do it just because I've seen it done, but I don't, it's not like I've spent a lot of time out there trying it. I know
I've attempted 4 times now to make a video of different ways to start fires.
Yeah.
And I get done with it and I go back and look at it and it just doesn't meet my standard, and I'm like, nope.
That's the best way.
But
let me see if I can name 4. All right. There's the old traditional, one of them square batteries that goes in one of them big lamps and steel wool. There's like a C battery. It ain't even got to be a C battery, and a little bit of piece of gum wrapper. You cut it down in the middle, touch the ends, touch it to both ends after you wrapped it up a little bit, and it'll create a little fire right there in the middle. You can take a pair of glasses, find a focal point. There's a lighter, a ferro rod, a compression, a compression thing, and you can also go through and take a stick, shove it in a hole, and a bow. Not that I've ever tried doing that. I've seen it done. You take a little notch out on the bottom to where the thing can go over. And what else? You know what I wanted to do a video on?
Miss Devil Dog, you make sure and you let him know that I gave him a wrench and we were just all having fun.
We were just having
tell him I'm just trying to keep my mind off of other things.
Tell him it wasn't my fault. It was all Matt.
It was all belt loop.
Belt loop had nothing to do with
it. And if anybody has any free time and can go play Southern Sewn and Grown, our sister Wendy's playlist, would greatly be appreciated.
How many hours she need?
A lot.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Tell her I'll play it.
I only need 3,000 watch hours.
I only need about 14. Well, let me look.
I've
I
also been doing YouTube for over 6 years.
1,353. That's still quite a ways. Well, that's okay. I ain't really that worried about it though. I tend to work on things like that.
She
But
needs about 1,800, so it is doable. It is within reach.
oh yeah. Yeah, that's doable. Hang on.
Hey, Wendy, did you happen to put all your videos on one playlist yet?
Come on, little bit. Come on. Devil Dog said he wasn't watching her, so she did a master playlist.
Well, she said she was going to. I don't know if she did or not.
Well, he said that she's.
Backwoods Barbarian.
Hey, Backwood.
But I will do it just the same. All right.
No, I understand, Wendy. I just was asking if you were able to get it done yet or not.
I tell you what, I can tell her how to do it real quick. Real quick. Hey, Wendy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. What you want to do, go to your studio. This is how I did it. Go to your studio and go to contents. Let me know when you're there.
God.
She said, "K."
All right. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see a thing that says video with a box on it up top. And then beside every video, click on the thing up top. It'll highlight every one of those. Now, the truth is, I guess before you do that, go ahead down to the bottom and click 50 per page. I don't know how many videos you got, so 50 per page just makes it easier. And then go to the top and click on it where it says out to the left of those videos up top.
Yeah, don't put your shorts on it, Wendy.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you can.
It does because the shorts don't count towards watch hours. And
Yes,
if she
they
puts
do.
them on there. No,
Yes,
they don't.
they do.
No, they
Yeah,
do not.
They do. All right, let me.
You're monetized. After you're monetized, they do, but they do not before.
Can I say one thing, Matt? I promise, and I'll drop it after that. The shorts depends on how they access the shorts. If they go to somebody's channel and watch them from there, they do count. If somebody checks them, looks at them from the shorts menu, then they don't. But it doesn't matter to me whether she puts them on there or not. It really doesn't. I put every one of mine on my master list, and I've probably got 100, 150 shorts. Which
And
doesn't
when they
take
go
that
to look, when they go to look at to do your monetization, they will take them off.
Oh, that's fine. The fact is that according to YouTube, what YouTube put out, it counts if they access it some way other than the shorts menu. So I don't, it doesn't make a hill of beans to me, but that's just what YouTube said. And it's depending upon how it's accessed. Anyhow, know what? At least that's what my understanding of it. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. You can take them off. You could go through and I think there's a separate menu for your shorts anyhow in there. But anyhow, I would
Okay.
just click every one of them, and then go over to add playlist and click on the little drop down diamond, and at the bottom, if you don't have a master playlist already, click on new playlist, and then you go through and type in master playlist. Now,
Andrew.
you're going to have to do that, or better yet, you could just do it by going over to your live and clicking on those, because ain't none of those going to be shorts. But you click on add to playlist, a little drop down diamond, drop down menu, and then click on if you don't have master playlist, type in click on the new playlist, and you can type in master playlist. So then you go to next page and do the same thing with it until you have all the ones. Now you can go through and click them individually. And if you're worried about the shorts, then don't click on the shorts. If you don't care, click on the shorts. I believe, my personal belief is that it counts, but Matt assures me that it doesn't. It's up to you. It won't hurt.
All right, Gray Wolf, you have a good night.
Hey, Gray Wolf, good to see you. To me, it won't hurt to take them off there. It's not like you get a lot of view out of them anyhow, for the most part. Especially when you're talking hours as opposed to 15 seconds or 45 seconds. But my video, or my master playlist with 466 videos, has got them on there. Anyhow, that's one of the reasons why if you go to the video analytics of a particular video, that's why they keep track of how they're accessed. For example, if you go to the heads, all right, I'm looking at one right now. Heads Up Redneck Review. All right.
Big C, you didn't fall asleep up there, did you?
No, I'm still awake.
But they keep track of how those things are accessed. And I think they do that for a reason.
Devil Dog, are you mad at me?
Yes, he's mad at you. I told him not to do it.
It was all Belt Loop's idea.
It wasn't my idea at all.
You see that cheating room he's got right there? It was all him.
I'm laughing because Matt's trying to play it off on me.
It's all fun and games. We're just running around.
Oh, it's if he wants to blame me, he can. But I'm not the one who told her to put you in timeout. Anyhow,
I don't know who said it. I just thought it was going to be funny if they did it.
okay. Okay, it looks like Matt done dropped out.
Uh-oh.
Of his own. He probably went and called Devil Dog so he could try to tell him that I did or something. That'd be okay. I'm just guessing. Devil Dog's keeper.
His stuff overloads sometimes.
Simplified
with us?
Simplified do or die. I'm in the process of looking up Southern. Southern. You know, I got a friend of mine's got a cooking channel. He's Southern Coastal Cooking. Southern Sown and Grown. Here we go. Shorts? Nope. Uploads?
Squirrel,
Nope.
you have a good evening.
She's got one that's 9 hours, one that's 8. Created playlists. All dogs go to heaven. All right, she's got one that says main playlists. But I don't know how long that is. It may be longer for the. That's interesting. Just for fun. She's got one of Off the Wall Prepper. Matt, you ever watch Off the Wall Prepper?
That's a sore subject.
All right, well, never mind that. All right, well, I'll put on one of her silent stream for WH Love Y'all Come Chat. Silent stream. That's interesting. Well, you know, I'm tempted to look up another one of them videos about the shorts, but that's irrelevant. So it don't really matter. Squirrel, did you leave? I guess he did. On to bed. All right, well, have a good night, Squirrel.
Well, everybody, I'm gonna head out.
All right, Big C.
I'll talk to everybody later.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, Doug.
Yep, you too.
I'm afraid I didn't get much chance to talk to you or let you talk either. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I do talk a lot. Sometimes I'm a little selfish when I'm talking. I don't mean to be. It's just how I am, I reckon. The link should be up top, Rebecca.
No, I switched it out.
Oh, okay.
Good night, Crazy Hillbilly.
Night, Crazy Hillbilly. So this is just a silent string. There's no conversation whatsoever on it. It's interesting, I reckon. What's going on, Pedro Ty? Andre Southgate. Nightbot, what's up? See, I'm saying hello to the bot.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Devil Dog? How much sleep do you get? Hey, Miss
Good
Rebecca.
evening. Good evening.
His mic is on.
I don't know. I went to sleep at about 5:30 or something.
Okay. So you got about 6.5 hours.
I guess. What's up, Matt? Hello, Rebecca. What's up, Coyote?
You know, you notice he didn't say hello to me. That was rather obvious.
I was already carrying on a conversation with you, Gary. Why would I say hello when I was already talking to you?
I don't know.
All right, everybody on the panel, take a time out. Miss Rebecca, is there something
Yes.
you would like to say?
Yes. Look
That's
at the pretty hat.
That's very pretty.
Cool.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is.
Who do you think it's for?
Coyote.
No,
Devil dog.
No. No.
my wife would wear it.
I agree, Coyote.
Oh, I bet she would.
What you talking about? I know how them things are. I'd wear it.
Oh. Well, I don't know if you can read this, but take a look at that list.
I can't see it.
I can't.
Come on.
It's because of the blue ink and the purple.
The pink. It's coastal water.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Coastal water. The thing is I don't remember what color her husband wanted. So I'm gonna have to go back through Alive and listen to it. Oh my goodness. I didn't write it down.
Well,
But yeah, this is for her. But Coyote,
Yes.
you want to see your hat?
Oh, yes. Watching. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I figured you would.
you know, Wendy was wrong.
Yeah.
Hi, dingers.
Dingo.
Oh my gosh.
She's a nice lady, though.
I can't wait to try that out when I'm somewhere where it's colder.
Colder. But I used to live in Washington State.
Yeah.
So I do know it
remember
gets
you
cold.
saying that.
I do know it gets cold there.
Well, I was talking to the wife last night, and she said that it finally got into the 80s.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's dropping in the low 80s at night here. It's
Yeah, see, we're barely getting down into the low 90s here.
Is that at night?
Mm-hmm.
It's 77 here. Whoo, it's cold.
right now. It says it's it just changed 79 now.
When you
I
know
have no.
the weather's just going to make a liar out of you, Coyote.
Oh, I'm so ready to go though. I'm tired of just sitting here.
Hey, Coyote, maybe you could come up with some kind of a game.
How many
So-
guys can I hit in the head with the blowgun?
No, I was thinking more or less. I thought maybe you could have fun with the salesman or something. Or
Oh, I've already been doing
Good night,
that.
Tom.
Hey. Good night, Tom. Thanks for abandoning me and Drunken Chef's Live. Appreciate you, bud.
You know what this is?
Good night, Tom.
Gary? You know what this is?
It looks like a spear, but a small one.
Do you have headphones in?
No.
Don't you
Don't. I
Dude.
do. I do have headphones on.
So it's like a whistle or something.
It's a coyote call.
Oh man.
Okay. So it mimics a
And-
wild animal.
And I've already called 2
That says,
coyotes.
"Hey, Sir Devil Dog."
I've already called 2 coyotes into the parking lot.
Hey, Nets, how you doing?
That's funny.
Yeah, Coyote. When you get here, you definitely going to be using that, and your other ones. You should have been. If you'd have been here last night about this time, the hair on the back of your neck would have been standing up. There was
Well-
at least 60 of them around the neighborhood going off at the same time, and I'm like, I just wanted to. Yeah.
I have 5 31 round mags for the AR pistol. I will dump all 5 of them.
Thank you, Nats. Sis.
Good to see you, Nats.
Not last night, the night before. The dog across the street just all night. Rawr, 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 rawr. So I pulled out the coyote call and I just started making noises. They pulled their dog inside and got him all quiet. I was like, all right, now I've learned how to get these people to get their dogs to shut up.
Standing in the kitchen.
Hey, Southern Sown and Grown, did you do that and click on them videos? You know, if you have to, you can go through and make the list and then just take them off. Ones you don't want.
Hey, Gary, when you get a chance, you'll have to go and watch my.
Okay, Devil Dog. Wendy has live. I think they're live streams. She has 19 of them on one playlist. Gardening, she has 15. Food, she has 16. And then 21 on mini playlist. And 19 just for fun. But I think those are shorts.
I'm not seeing the. Well, I don't know. I can't tell.
Yes, all lives.
Which one's supposed to be all lives?
The first one.
Mine says music. Maybe if I left and came back in. Past
Yes.
life. Okay, I found it now. No, that's just a list of them. Here we go. Created play. I see it now. 19 lives.
I think I'm gonna have to get new glasses.
I'm getting new glasses.
I can't see nothing.
Well, my
Nice, Nets. What kind of fish you gonna get? Love fish.
I put my glasses on and I can see far away, but like the chat, I can't read any of the words right now. It's just fuzz. When I put my glasses on, it's still fuzz.
bifocal.
They are, but they're trifocal.
Oh, cool.
I get them from the VA. They only cost me 8 years of my life.
Well, that's a
I
lot.
want some fish tacos.
I have never
I've never
eaten
wanted
a
to
fish
touch
taco.
I hadn't either.
I haven't.
You're kidding? Okay.
I am
Well, if
not.
you ever-
I'm
if
not
you
kidding.
ever
I'm
come-
not kidding.
If you ever come to Texas, I'm taking you out for the best fish tacos you'll eat.
Okay.
Sorry. Well, now I have to go to Texas.
I've
I
never
said
been in.
Rebecca. I didn't say.
I've never been in Texas. Never
Fellas,
have.
it's all right. Come on, man. Me and you'll go fishing. He used to live here. He graduated high school here.
I don't need
I
any
have-
fish
I-
tacos.
I
I've
have
tried
I
them.
have
I'm
I have some
good.
I have some catfish fillets in my freezer right now.
Oh, nice. You know, I got a lake, a 30-acre lake with catfish, brim, and bass in it. If y'all want to come up and go fishing sometime.
All right.
I
Sounds
think
good.
I think I got spoiled fishing out in the ocean for salmon.
Well,
Hey,
most
Gary,
of the fish
is-
tacos here
is,
are made with saltwater fish. They're not. It's not freshwater fish.
It's not freshwater fish. Wow.
That's the
Gary, is
difference.
Mississippi next to Florida?
Yeah.
Next to Alabama, which is, you know,
Okay, so is Mississippi sandwiched between Alabama and Louisiana?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit closer. How many hours you live away from me and Matt, Gary?
Hey, Google, how far is it from Florence, Mississippi to Houston, Texas?
If you drive, Houston is
6
400
hours.
miles away from Florence.
Here in Houston. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Google, how long will it take to drive from Florence, Mississippi to Houston, Texas?
Depends what you're driving.
The trip from Florence to
And
Houston
how you
is
drive.
38 minutes. with
That's
light
not
traffic.
too bad. It says 6 hours and 38 minutes.
Are you serious? That ain't bad at all.
No, it ain't.
Hey, Matt,
It's almost a little bit further than driving from Houston to Dallas.
I might tell my parents to meet me in Texas to
We may
see
have
me.
to make a trip sometime, Gary.
That sounds good to me. Or hell, we could meet in New Orleans and come back, you know, from there. That way we go down to the Riverwalk, go to some of them casinos, you know, just
I ain't got money for casinos there, buddy.
He
Right.
just wants to go to the casino.
hey, I don't lose at the casino. All right?
Brutal
And Brutal
Bob,
Bob?
did you read?
Yes.
Did you read what Brutal Bob said?
Yes,
What
there
does
is.
the Bob say?
He says, "Big Matt, there's no best fish tacos."
Well, you know, I ain't gonna say it on here because we got a lady present. Never mind.
That's why I said I'm leaving that one alone.
Belt loop.
Yeah,
We got to keep this family friendly.
Yes, we do.
I didn't say nothing.
Well, you thought it.
Yes, I did.
But
I
you
thought
put in
it
everybody else's mind.
I
But
thought
saying
at first.
something and saying something's two different things.
True. It is.
So
You know what's funny, Belt Loop?
what's
They're
that?
yelling at you for thinking it, but I said when he first said fish tacos, I said I ain't touching that one, and I got up and walked over to the other side of the camper and grabbed something and came back, and nobody said nothing about that.
Right. Hey, it made me think.
He eats good in Utah.
I'm in Mississippi.
It's too hot to eat.
We have so many restaurants in this town that I was taking a friend to different places, and she was saying, "Have you eaten at that one?" No, I haven't. There are so many where I live that I haven't even eaten at all of them, and I probably won't.
What kind of food do you like, Miss Rebecca?
Lots of different kind. There's times when I just want to go to the Golden Corral and eat all of the vegetables they have.
Do
But
they
the
even-
bad thing about them is they have too much salt in them
Mhm.
and stuff. So I have to end up doing my vegetables at home. Because I don't put salt on it. I don't have a heart problem, but I swell. So it's like, no, I don't want a lot of salt in my food. So it just makes life difficult. But I'm gonna steam some cabbage tomorrow and put some seasonings in it and have some nice cabbage.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
You know, every year for New Year's we have cabbage, black-eyed peas, ham.
Yep. My let me
We
see
do
if I
too,
can find.
Barry.
You do
Cabbage
too?
and black eyed peas. It's actually fried cabbage. It's good. My wife makes it. It's awesome.
That's a good thing.
Hey, Coyote, your phone's going off.
I know what that is. Exactly what that animal was.
Sound like
Looking for a picture, and I'm not finding it. That's weird. I found a picture of my grandmother.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. She wasn't pictured with my grandpa because he died when I was 6 years old. I got to meet him one time.
Smith.
One time only.
I'm not sure if I ever got to meet my grandmother. She got into a car wreck, and nobody apparently knew how to place a tourniquet on. Of course, these days, because of liability and that type of thing, a lot of people wouldn't do it even if they knew how to do it. So,
Emily, what are you doing up out of bed?
I've heard of doctors that would say that even if they saw a car wreck on the side of the road, they just keep driving.
I just sent it to Double Dog too.
That's sad.
It is. But you think about some of the stupid things that go on these days. You hear about homeowners that get sued because they shot somebody that was breaking into their home, and lose.
Yeah,
Don't make
I know.
any sense. Don't
You
make
know,
any-
it's really strange that even if your dog is vaccinated for rabies, they're still going to take your animal to the pound and hold them for 10 days and charge you for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they say, okay, you have to get these rabies shots for your animals. And they say, oh, you trust it? Well, it's a vaccination. Aren't they at least 95 or whatever percentage effective? It's crazy, So I try to minimize problems with the dogs that I have so that my brother doesn't get bit again. Because I lost a Rottweiler female that my brother made a big mistake. And we had a kitten that had just been fixed. And she seen it, grabbed it, and he tried to take the kitten out of her mouth.
Hey, Sis Rose, how you doing?
Yeah.
So I ended up taking her to I wanted to put her to sleep because of it.
Sis
And
Rose, can you do me a favor and connect with the gentleman that I had pinned at the top of the chat? New England Elder.
Endler. Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. I have never heard that one. Never did, so.
Wendy, you're going to need to put something on your live streams. Even if it's just, hey, I got an idea. Any y'all ever seen that, what is that wrestling movie with the dude El Nacho or something like that? Nacho Libre or something like that. Wendy, you could do videos and just put like a wrestling outfit on type thing and do live stream if you self-conscious about,
Face mask.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's what they do in the movies that are on the thing in wrestling. In fact, if you watch that one video where I think it's a Florida Georgia line, and they have some midgets on there, they're wearing masks. If you were self-conscious about being seen, I wouldn't even mind doing that, and I don't care if anybody sees me.
Gary, you're not self-conscious about anything. Hey, has everybody seen Gary's dancing video that Radio Jonesy created? It is
No, I
freaking
haven't.
awesome. It's
I have
awesome.
not.
Go to Radio Jonesy. If you're not subscribed to Radio Jonesy, go subscribe to Radio Jonesy. But he made a video in his videos of Belt Loop 29 dancing, and he put graphics
you're
in there,
not,
music to it, and everything else. It's awesome.
Oh,
Check
wow.
it out. It is hilarious, but it's good.
While I was there watching, I was like, wow, he's a pretty good darn dancer. That's what I was thinking,
Well, I appreciate it, but
you know? I was like,
Maybe-
okay, he definitely moves better than me.
well, when
Gary can dance for an old man. Back in his prime, he was probably on it. But for some reason, his wife quit dancing with him. And
Well,
it was hilarious. When on his live, when he was dancing, his wife actually walked in the door and he dances up to her and tries to start dancing with her. And she pushed him away.
yeah, she
Oh.
didn't for dancing. She won't dance with me anymore. Probably because, some of the moves I used to make were a little on the risque side. So
Oh,
it was.
wow.
I used to. Well, I didn't care what kind of club we went into. I'd dance. I ain't gonna go into that either.
I love your stories, Gary. I
Well,
love your stories.
Some of my stories ain't exactly for family friendly telling.
No,
So-
they're not.
Exactly. So I have to kind of pick and choose which ones I can tell. I can tell you the ones about, I can't. The trouble is, I think I've told most of them. Most of the folks that I know have heard a lot of them. I tell you what, Coyote may not have heard one or two. I guess I could tell him. Coyote, you care to hear a story?
I'm always up for stories.
Okay. Well, back when I was a young man, I guess I must have been 23 at the time.
You can remember that far back?
Well, I know because, when I met my
That
wife,
was back when the dinosaurs were roaming.
well, the brontosauruses were still around, but I think most of the T-Rexes were gone. I remember some of that because some of it just kind of stood out in my mind. See, my wife would not go out with me to begin with. She was working at Shoney's as a hostess, and there was two girls I was interested in going out with up there. One was my wife, and the other one was this young lady. Had all this, had her hair all dyed blonde. It was dyed, you could tell, but that didn't matter to me. She's still blonde. I like that blonde hair. And she had these red lipstick on and these fingernails that was bright red that matched her lipstick. She was a pretty young thing, a PYT. And, and my wife was somewhat more reserved, I guess you'd call it, but she was still pretty. And so I was kind of interested in both of them. A little bit more on the blonde, to be honest with you.
Hey, Bob and Matt, that's messed up. That's messed up, Bob. Go ahead, Gary.
All right. So, I spent my time up there pretty regular flirting with both of them. The trouble is I'd gone out with about half the girls up there that worked at the Shoney's. And they would tell both of them, don't go out with him because he'll love you and leave you. Well, the truth of the matter is a lot of them girls were just plain boring. So, you go out with them a few times and then decide that really wasn't long-term material. So anyhow, in fact, I'd flirt with my wife before she was my wife, and ultimately she ended up inviting me to a birthday party. The trouble is, at a birthday party, she didn't speak to me. So, as far as I was concerned, I done marked that one off the list. That's not one I'm a fool with. Well, I used to go up there and get apple pie and coffee pretty regular. Either a slice of strawberry pie. They were both good. But I reckon the apple pie and the apple pie a la mode and the coffee, that was what I typically ordered up there. Anyhow, so I go to this birthday party. She doesn't speak to me. Well, I came back up there and with my intention of flirting with this other blonde young lady. And as soon as I walk in the door, of course, Tammy being the hostess, she's one of the folks what greets you. And she came up to me. She says, I've decided I'm going to let you take me out. I looked at her and I said, well, what makes you think I want to take you out? Like I said, in my mind, I'd already checked her off the list. Done with this one. Anyhow, so she said, I've thought about it and I've been mean to you. And if you'd like to go out with me, I'd like to go out with you. Well, that was about the only thing she could have said at that moment to convince me to even bother with her. But even then, I had given a couple of girls a second chance, and it never worked out. They always ended up being about the same thing what they was the first time. Typically, once you see somebody's nature, you kind of know, or it seems like it anyhow. Well, Tammy was different. And so I said, well, all right, we'll give it another try. And we went on, what could only be described probably as the date from hell. But yet, we ended up together, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning through trials and tribulations. We went to eat at this place called, what was that? The Iron Horse Grill. And back then it was Tex-Mex, burritos and Southern, tacos and, fajitas and that type of thing. But, and then they tell us that the grill's just about, they're in the process of closing the kitchen. So we had to, if we were going to order something, it had to be something quick. Well, I ordered, I don't know, a burrito or something, and we ate. Then we went to the Laurel Lanes, which is a bowling alley. And so we went down there and we bowled for a while. Date went pretty good as far as that was concerned. But then afterwards, and we were in my wife's car. It was her car, not mine, because mine, I was using, the car I was using, you had to literally, go underneath the hood and, fix the wires together. And, I used to know how to hot wire a car. Anyhow, it was a legal car and everything. It just, and then you couldn't get the starter to do it. So you virtually had to push the thing off. So I had to make sure I was always parking on a hill.
I've had a few vehicles like that.
Anyhow, so we went out in her car and we went, okay. Anyhow, so we stopped back by Shoney's after we finished, doing the rest of this, and I guess we
Uh-huh.
called it a nightcap. We went to go get apple pie a la mode and coffee. I was eating a lot of that back then.
Apple pie a la mode.
Well, it's just ice cream on apple pie, but they called it apple pie a la mode. So we went by there, and then one of the girls gave her a ride to her apartment. She said, "Sure, no problem." And so, we waited for her to get off, which took a little while. I mean, I think they closed the thing at like 11 o'clock back then, or may have been even 12. But it was late before she got off. And then she asked if we could give her a ride down Ferry Street, which Ferry Street is a bad part of Jackson. A bad part of Jackson. At least it was, for me and Tammy. I'm sure there's plenty of folks who could go down there and there wouldn't have been any problem.
I'm from Montgomery, Alabama,
Okay.
originally. So, yeah, I know where you're talking about.
All right. So we go down there, and she told us just to wait in the car. I said, no problem. So we wait in the car, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. She went into this bar. Well, ultimately, we got tired of waiting, and we got out and we went in. Well, the fellow behind the bar, says, now this is what he said. He says, y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. Ain't nobody messing with no white folks up in here. And he slaps the handgun up on the counter. And I'm like, well, to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking about that before you said that. But anyhow, we sat around there and we drank for a little while. And then we ended up giving her a ride home, which was in another bad part of town. And so we walked her to her door, which was the thing to do. And we came back out in the car. Car wouldn't crank. Well, and then we went back to the door to see if we could get into her apartment to make a phone call. That was back before cell phones.
Yep.
At least before we had any. I don't know if any other folks had them. I know we didn't have any.
That was before any kind of phone.
No, they had phones.
Y'all sent up smoke signals.
It
That
was
was back in
before pages.
1988. This was back in 1988, and I know that for a fact. Anyhow,
Nicky D, music and more.
Hello, Nikki.
what's up, Nikki? Good to see you. So anyhow, finally, I think Tammy was able to get back in the young lady's apartment. She had gone in and she was taking a shower. Then she asked us if we could give her a ride to the bus station so she could catch a ride up to Parchment. Well, Parchment is a prison that her boyfriend or husband or...
Did you become her personal chauffeur, valet, what?
Well, we were just trying to help the young lady out. She didn't have transportation.
You were taking her everywhere.
Driving
Well,
Miss Daisy.
We
Took
were
her to the
waiting.
bar and everything.
Well, we had to wait on Tammy called her daddy, and it was going to be a little while before he got there. And anyhow, her daddy shows up, and I'm basically laying out on the sidewalk. Tammy's laying out on the hood of her car. I can't imagine I made too good of an impression. But, he ended up, I drove Tammy's car, and he towed it with a chain up to her apartment over in Clinton. And, she laid down on the couch. I laid down on the floor. And by the time we woke up, her brother-in-law had already fixed the car. It was a timing belt that had broken.
Mm.
And he's a good old boy. He's a good fella. But he's always been good to all his family members, his outlaws included. But Tammy and I got married about 5 months after that. And, Tammy was one of them that played hard to get. She wasn't, a lot of these other women were just, I don't want to sound vain, but, for the most part.
That's the way it was with me and my wife. And funny thing is the first time I met her dad was on the side of the road because she tore the drive shaft off of her little Jeep thing that she had. And when he pulled up, I was already in the process of pulling the front drive shaft to put in the back drive shaft so that we could get out of there. So.
Goodness. Sounds like you had an interesting first meeting too. But, well,
I tried dating a lady that you can't hardly speak to because she speaks a different language, and the parents don't speak English at all. And the first time I met them, I went to the Navy base, and I got a full chicken, a bag of green beans, a bag of potatoes, and I think I got some corn too. Nothing in cans or frozen. Everything was. It was green beans, not corn. And I took it all to their house, and I made fried chicken. And when I started finishing up with the fried chicken, her mom acted like she was going to throw the grease out, and I was like, no. Leave that grease right there. And I started throwing some flour in there, and I started pouring a little milk in there, and she's looking at me all funny. All of a sudden, that turned into a gravy. She was like,
oh, yeah.
What? And I ended up making fried chicken, mashed taters, homemade gravy, and green beans. And her mom and dad were like, okay, American boy can cook. Yeah, they couldn't believe I cooked that good of a meal for them. And but then what really impressed them is every one of them grabbed a fork and a knife and started eating. I grabbed chopsticks and started using them. And what was funny is as soon as her dad saw me grab the chopsticks and hold them the way I held them, he started laughing, and he said something. I looked at my wife and I was like, what he said? And she goes, nothing. And he motioned to her like, no, go tell him what I said. And she goes, you hold a chopsticks like a real Japanese, unlike his daughter that holds it like a foreigner. My wife holds the chopsticks wrong, and she would rather use a spoon to eat food.
Yeah.
And but I get there and I'm holding the chopsticks perfectly. She's like,
Cody, I think a lot of am I talking? Yeah. I think a lot of us military that lived over in Japan and everything else can use chopsticks pretty dang good. I know I go to a Chinese restaurant, I ask them for chopsticks.
No, what's funny is
I do too, but I don't use them.
Do not ever sit across the table from your mother-in-law when you're having fried eggs and the plate has a little bit of a lip on it, like that. Now how the fried eggs around the edge gets that crust on it, and it's kind of hard to break. Well, I was sitting over there. That egg hit that plate, launched up like that, and she was wearing a low-cut shirt, and I scored right between, right down her shirt, and she's out, woo! And I'm like, oh!
Field goal?
Making them good impressions right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
my wife or fiance at the time and her dad looked at me and her mom and we're like, what? And she's here, you want your egg back? And I'm like, no, I'm good.
That's funny.
You talk about an icebreaker. Yeah.
I imagine so. Yeah. I should mention, since I've already told you what happened on Tammy's first birthday that I was involved with, she didn't speak to me. Well, we were married 5 months later. We got, our first date was in, her birthday was, the week before, like July the 4th weekend or whatever. Well, we got married that December. The following year, we used to fight like cats and dogs, but she chose on her birthday that she was going to leave. So she took off, and I don't think she was gone for long, but she headed out. And she came back, but still, she was acting like she had a little bit of an attitude on her birthday. Well, the next year we were down at USM going to school, and I was going to school at Hattiesburg at USM. And I went down to Mexico to study Spanish with the Studies Abroad program. When I got back, my wife was gone. I think her brother had convinced her that I was down there chasing Mexican senoritas, which I wasn't, but he had her convinced that I was. But she was gone.
What
she was
happens
gone
overseas stays overseas.
Technically, that wasn't overseas, though. That was just down the road. Technically,
that was the Navy motto on the ship. What happens at sea stays at sea.
Hey, we don't want to hear about you and your, you know what?
Me or Coyote?
Oh,
Coyote.
if you want to hear any of my stories, we have to go to a non-family friendly channel because my stories aren't family friendly at all.
Yeah, PG Coyote, we know.
They're our Coyote.
Well, I guess we could go offline and you could tell it in the after on backstage or something. Thinking out loud here.
Oh, another day.
Okay. Well, the rest of mine's kind of family friendly, I reckon. I reckon I can finish telling you about that. Well, since Tammy she was gone finally, and I kept driving back from Hattiesburg all the way to Clinton to go
What's
tell
up,
her
brother?
she needed to come home. I missed something.
Wendy says, Matt, Drew said hi. He's feeling pretty
He's got a phone number.
from
A new phone number. He'll have to send you.
Now, have you ever been attacked by a hawk?
By what?
A hawk? Or actually, it was a sea eagle. In Japan, I was on the beach with my wife. My daughter, or my eldest daughter, at the time was less than a year old, and my wife's friend or coworker, and we were cooking hamburgers out on the beach one day, and there were some kids off behind us playing volleyball, and I was like, I think we're sitting too close to those kids. They're gonna hit me with that volleyball. They hit me with that volleyball. I'm gonna kick some butt. And my wife's like, no, they're good players. They'll keep it over there. About 30 minutes later, all of a sudden I get knocked out of the chair. My hamburger's gone. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm going to go kick some butt. But then I look at my wife and her friend, and they're both looking up in the sky, pointing up like that. And I start to look up, and there's this big bird flying off carrying my hamburger.
Oh, goodness.
And about that time,
Radio
I see
Jonesy.
something go out of my nose, just every little bit. And then my wife turns around and realized that I've got blood shooting out my nose.
Oh,
The
goodness.
eagle had grabbed my hamburger as I was biting it. And when it did, the talent also caught the edge of my nose. And I've got a scar going across my nose right there.
Wow.
If the eagle was that further down, I would have lost the tip of my nose, the doctor said.
Goodness.
And we kind of sat there and oohed and awed about it, but then I was like, all right, we got to go to the hospital. And everybody looked at me like, you're the only one legal to drive. And then I realized, oh crap, I got to drive myself to the hospital. So I have been attacked by a hawk. I stepped on a clipboard and stuck it through the bottom of my foot. Almost sliced my hand off a couple times. And every time I've had to drive myself to the hospital because my wife couldn't drive or anybody else in the area. I was the only one that had a Japanese driver's license. Or actually, I had an international driver's license. And so as soon as we got to the States, I was like, go get your driver's license. So when I get hurt, you can drive me to the hospital.
But she still won't drive you to the hospital because she'll get lost.
Nope, she can't. She get lost at ball high as grass.
Huh. You couldn't tell her which way to go, though?
Not if I'm passed out.
Well, if you're passed out, how's she going to get you in the vehicle?
Well, that's when she realized. Well, my other problem is a lot of times I'm out in the woods and nobody really knows where I'm at. As like on one of my live streams, I was up in the hills hiking, and I was just getting back to the truck, and Big Mac goes. He was up on panel with me, and he goes, "Without bad luck, you'd have no luck at all, Coyote." And I was like, "Yep, you're about." Wah! Busted my butt hard. Luckily, I had a backpack on, because if I hadn't had that backpack on, I would have cracked my back. But there was also a boulder twice the size of my head, and I would have clobbered it. But that backpack kept me from going back far enough to hit it.
Oh, wow. Sounds
And,
like a rough
Radio
lot.
Jonesy.
Jonesy,
and-
come on here.
What was so funny is Big Matt, he's kind of sit back like he is in his
Oh.
chair, and all of a sudden he's up on the camera like this going, you could see him trying to look around the camera like, you all right? Coyote, you all right? And I'm like, no, Coyote, you all right? I'm
I
down.
couldn't even hear him. It wasn't until Fossil Creek started putting stuff in the chat saying, I'm on the phone with him. He's okay. He fell.
I cracked the screen of my tablet. There's a crack from the camera all the way across to where you plug it in.
Goodness.
You got to go back and watch it one day. It's hilarious as ever.
Oh, crap.
It is now.
Oh, it wasn't
almost-
funny that night. My back hurt.
I believe it. That sounds like, you have a little bit rough luck. Eagle or a hawk tearing up your nose, falling, cracking your thing and almost messing
Well,
up your back.
I'm stuck
You know.
here in Utah for 22 days now.
The next thing I was about to mention.
Without bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Quit saying it.
Don't jinx yourself.
I've been dead 3 times.
I'm gonna have to win the lottery
I won't.
and go get you.
Well, I don't even want to tell you my story now.
But see, I just take it as it comes. My big motto is never give up. Just keep going.
Well, you know what they say on Galaxy Quest? Never give up. Never surrender.
Well, 8 years military. I've been dead 3 times. I've had just about everything happen to me. I've been shot at. I've had a bullet graze my head right here. I was in Desert Shield, Desert Storm. We took prisoners and all that. And
Have you ever heard of Roy Benavidez?
say it again.
Roy Benavidez. Roy Benavidez.
No.
Pancho Villa.
You should look him up sometime on YouTube. He's a Congressional Medal of Honor winner that they thought was dead. They were putting him in a body bag, and the fella insisted he check him one more time, and he spit in the face of the doctor or the fellow that was checking him. That was the only reason why they didn't, finish putting him in the body bag.
I bit a nurse's top section when I was having my wisdom teeth taken out. She leaned over the top of me, and I just.
Well, see, that doesn't sound as pleasurable as you might think.
Well, it was fun for me,
Well, sure.
not for her.
I think I made a comment to that effect. When they had me all doped up in the hospital at one point, but my wife was sitting there, so she just kind of looked at me funny, I think.
Well, they had me doped up that day.
I imagine so.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
She's back.
Me and my fat fingers. Me and my fat fingers.
Mine too.
It's like, dang, I need to just have one of those stylus to hit that X.
That would work. That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
It's right at 2:00 here. I think I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'm still kind of. I tried to get some sleep today, but it didn't quite work out.
hey, the LP's coming out tonight. My good mate, Belt Loop.
The LPs.
The LP, the long play record
Oh,
of Belt Loop.
I've got right now. I've got 2. Roy, I've got 2 playlists on here. One is Robbie's playlist with all his live streams, and I've got also I think it's Ann Dale's playlist. I've got on the TV. I've got Wendy's playlist going.
Do you know that she got her? She already hit her hours.
Yeah, and they'll hit her hours.
Did she?
Double
Well,
dog.
then
She's over 4,000 now.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I didn't, I knew she was close. I just didn't realize if she had hit it or not. So I was going to play it today if we need to. Now that means I can swap the one over for another one. I need to, I guess, play Indiana Backyard Gardener for a little bit. I've still got Robbie's playing. I mean, how far is Rodney? Does anybody know?
He's less than 300.
Okay. Well,
I only need 3,000.
no, you got to have 4.
No, he's got 1,000. He only needs 3,000 more.
Yeah, you need to play the right trapping, Gary.
Well, wouldn't it make more sense for? Well, yeah, I'll be glad to play right strapping coyote. I'm good with that. At some point, well, yeah, I'll just do that instead of the other one. You had about 1,000 right now, coyote.
Give me just a minute and I'll tell you exactly.
I can tell you, I understand. I'm where
I'm even worse than I thought I was.
I need about
I
13.
can't see that. What is it, Cody?
964.
No, I just got something marked.
But you don't have any live streams, do you?
Either 964 or
few.
994. When he
He
gets here,
has a huge playlist, Gary.
Okay. I need
when he gets here,
1,300.
when he gets to
53.
my house, the entire time he's here, we're going to go live every single day.
Well,
There
he
we-
should be going live right now, though.
I know.
That's true. I mean,
He's sitting there and stuff. I understand there's certain technical issues, but he should be able to go live at least sometime. He's just sitting there.
He doesn't have he doesn't have his computer. All he has is his tablet.
yeah, but you can go. Well, I don't know if you can go on your tablet or not. I know that your phone can go.
I
You
go
can
from mine, but because when his broke, he's been having all kinds of problems with it.
All right.
How's everyone been catching up with their sleep? Have they after the last few days of shenanigans?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
No,
Let's see.
I just woke up a little bit ago, Jonesy.
Yeah, you sound a bit rough, mate. What's going on there?
and his wife told him no YouTube tonight. You see where he's at.
Yeah, she's wanting me to stay in bed.
None of
But
this
I
bed
find
talk.
it funny. It was funny though because Devil Dogs keep putting him in timeout.
It wasn't funny.
Yes, it was.
She took his phone away.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she had my phone and everything, and I don't have my computer right now.
Oh, I get you. So the big reveal will be shortly.
Well, no, I went to hook it up, and for some reason I wasn't getting any picture on the computer, so I had to take it back over to Bobby. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Right. I'm sure they'll sort it out very soon.
All right. So that Wiley trapping.
The Rights Trapping, WRIGHTS.
Oh, well, I'm about half asleep right now, so bear with me.
Good morning, Mr. Henry.
Hey, Joe.
The Rights Trapping.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you want to hear a good or a different story about the kangaroo dramas, the dilemmas out the back?
Yes.
Well, last night. What last night was it? Yeah, last night. It was during the night, probably early in the morning, to be honest. But we got 6-foot fences on one side, and they haven't come over that fence. They've always come under that fence. And last night, I've come out, and this one wouldn't leave, and I chased him up the path, and he took one bound onto the top of the fence and one bound off the top of the fence. He looked like Superman flying through the air. I've never seen that since we.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen one. Yeah, I wish I could video it. It was awesome.
You got it on video?
No, I said I wish I did.
Oh,
it would have been awesome because it's. I come out the back door, and I put the light on just to have a look at the grass. You know, like to make sure the grass is growing and everything's sweet out the back. There's no animals out there eating it. So yeah, there was two there, and one scattered. As soon as I opened the door, they scatter. One scattered, and one was a big male, and he just said, "No, I'm staying here." And I like, oh, okay. So I just said, "No, you're not." And up I approached him, and then I sort of done the big Homer Simpson oogie boogie boogie, rah, and he took off then. But,
You're talking about the patty melons, right?
yeah, little buggers. Yeah, this one could jump. I couldn't believe it. Like we've even got trellis on top of the 6-foot fence, so there's trellis.
Jonesy, what time is it there?
Yeah, just after 5 p.m.
Okay.
on a cool, cloudy, beautiful. What day?
I see fishing with or fishing
Monday, isn't it?
You're about 15 hours ahead of us, I think.
Heather Richardson.
Yeah, mate, that's about it.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir, Bob.
For coming by.
All right. Well, I've got Coyote playing on his live stream
Hopefully y'all can hear me.
playlist,
I'm gonna
and
give it a little bit before
Night, Bob. Semper Fi, brother.
gets here. Before I
Gary,
I'll-
call me real quick when you get off.
all right. I'll call you in just a minute. I'm just about to get off of here. I've enjoyed it as always.
yes, I know you like bingo, Heather.
I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Have you opened the package yet?
No, we were going to do that yesterday, yesterday. But
I'm not even. I can't even remember if I did put a second hat in there. You can
Okay.
kind of tell. You can kind of tell by feeling if there is
Okay.
two in there. If there
Well-
is two in there.
yeah, but if my wife's disappointed, I want to get that on camera too. So whether she's happy or disappointed, there'll be
I
some
just
of
don't. I don't remember because I was packing so many hats that day, and
Okay.
Brutal Bob, you have a good night and be safe.
I will.
Jumped out of out of my truck. And-
Wasn't
Because
Rebecca? Wasn't you making that light blue one for her or something?
and, popped
well,
in.
the one
think-
that I gave to 12 Stones was blue and gray.
He walked in more like on the
yeah, I've seen him wearing it.
You know, see, I come into his live and I'm going, my gosh, he's got that hot hat on. Why has he got that hot hat on in Texas? That's what my thoughts were. It's like,
All right.
gosh, guy, you got
The fact
to
that
take that
Everybody
hat
on the panel-
off.
I tried to
Everybody
get Tammy to record it with me yesterday or today. I don't remember which, but she was, and she said, okay, but she wasn't really dressed.
The doctors really like this one.
Time out.
But,
Everybody on the panel.
the guy was
Y'all stay put.
surgery.
Everybody in the chat, I appreciate each and every one of y'all stopping in here and spending time with me tonight. I appreciate all the prayers and everything. God bless. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. And it'll probably be tomorrow night.
been to several now, and